Today I'm giving you guys an agency update on where I'm at and what's going on. I figure if I'm having these challenges, you might be having them too. So just a quick update today on the agency. Besides just doing this YouTube channel and sharing information with you guys, that is both hopefully hopefully productive to you guys and like learning on things that I've already learned. I'm also documenting my journey here to entrepreneurship as well. And I will tell you, there are challenges when you do this. There is a lot of challenges. When you're doing the agency thing, sometimes you just have to sit down and be like, I'm just going to do it. Now, I don't want to say flirting with, but like with all my health stuff, like I really, in the last 2 months, have I been really honestly feeling well enough to like learn something? Because I was struggling just to get through life at that point. So, like, just now, am I really getting to the point where I'm like digging in? I'm driving hard, like I'm putting in the extra hours. If I'm not working out, or sleeping, like this is what I'm doing, is figuring out how to do this agency thing and to get my business off the ground. That all to be said, other than taking Ryan for a walk, which you guys might see in the community post. Yes, that is my boy. That is my dog who lives with me, who I love very much. Other than taking him out for his hour-long walk today, all I've been doing all day long is agency stuff. It's been a very long day. It's been a very long day. And I figured I better do this because, one, I haven't done an agency update yet. I haven't given you guys like an insight view on that. And two, I ran into some problems today, and I'm figuring if I'm running into these problems, you might be too. And so I'm going to try and save you some agony and pain here and tell you what I went through today. So a couple of things. One is that I've been really doing some deep diving on like, why am I not pushing so hard on my agency? Like, is it lack of focus? Like, is there a bunch of distractions? Like, is it just that I don't like doing it? Figuring out what it was. And I just didn't feel confident. Like, I didn't feel like I knew what I was doing, because in all my previous jobs, like, here's what you do. Like, companies give you exactly what they want you to do. When you're building your own, you're on your own. Everything from the pricing to the product to the service to how you're going to provide that service, everything is up to you. And you got to figure all of it out. Now, at this time of this recording, I'm just like, I've watched like 35, 40 of Iman's videos on the agency accelerator, because I wanted the knowledge so that if I did get a client or if something popped up, I knew where to go, if only to get the information. I'll give you an update on that later, if that was smart or not. At least as of today, I'm thinking maybe that wasn't so smart, that maybe I was just getting in my head. And I also took, I think Alex Hermosi mentioned, like, like people will do like 3 startups and they will expect all of them to do amazing. He's like, that's your ego. How do you think that you doing 3 things is going to beat someone that's done 1? And so I took that and I kind of really like reflected on myself, and I'm like, okay, what makes me think that I know how to build an agency better than Iman or this team that put this agency accelerator together? And I really had to step back, and I'm like, wait, there's a process, there's a way that it's supposed to be done. Because I had gone through all those videos where with like the team wants you to go like video by video, step by step. So I'm backpedaling and I'm doing video by video, step by step, and trying to do that, and hopefully not getting overwhelmed, and hoping that there's a path here. Because at the moment, like, this agency thing says that it'll get you 70% of the way there, and I feel it's more like, I personally feel like it's more like 40 or 50. There's a heck of a lot that you still have to figure out in doing this. I hope I'm wrong. Oh, please let me be wrong. I would be very happy to be wrong about that. Like, heck, I hope Iman's wrong. I hope like that this thing gets me like 80-90% of the way there. I guess we're going to find out, and I'll keep you updated. Biggest challenge for me this weekend, or at least for today was getting the Stripe, which is the payment automation. So I got that all registered and that all ready to go. I've been working on my offer and what services I want to provide. Still working on that a little bit. Like, I want to do personal branding, but personal branding is a long-term asset, and it's going to take time. It takes 20-30 videos minimum to like just get the basic platform up and going, to get enough content out there to even start getting a minimal impact. So I'm having to problem solve minimal impact for someone that might be paying, like, let's just say like $2,000 a month. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's enough. I guess it depends who the client is. I've got to do some more thoughts on this and figuring out where I'm going with this. What I might do is go to the original problem, which is advertisements and do advertisements for e-commerce and informational businesses, and maybe as like either an add-on or maybe as in like like something you can level up to or pay more for in doing the personal branding. Like I got to figure out the nuances and how I want to do that, because ad spending is you do an advertisement, you're going to get clients. And then there's the personal brand side of it, where if you want long-term assets, long-term people coming, I'm hoping and thinking there's a way to combine the two together so that not only are people coming in for your product, but you're trying to keep them as clients on your personal brand as well. So that's where my brain's going. That's what I'm problem solving right now. I do like the problem solving. Like I like being a master problem solver. That's awesome. But besides doing the Stripe and besides working on the offer, one of the other things that I did this weekend, or that I've done today, and the whole reason why I'm doing this quick video, is because I ran into a hiccup. Fresh out of the gate, like what is it? Like only the third video in, and like you chose your niche, you did this, you did that, and it's like, okay, you're gonna build your website, you're gonna build your calendar, you're gonna build this. Like it's the building portion. The thing that I've been putting off, because if you're doing like when you're building this stuff, like you're gonna be paying a monthly subscription, and once you're in, you're in. Like you're paying on this thing, right? Every darn month. So the question is like, do I go with Flowzy, which is Iman's other informational product, which is referenced quite a bit. Like there's a whole Flowzy how-to. There's a whole like Flowzy. Duh. It's his other product. So like he's like trying to pull you through Agency Accelerator to Flowzy. And I will say there's a nice discount in there if you are like through Agency Accelerator. Instead of like the $89 a month, I think it's like, what is it, $49 a month through Agency Accelerator, which is cool. But it's a big but. 2 hours of going round and round the merry-go-round from page to page to page, trying to get that set up. And by the way, after 2 hours of wasted time, I was unsuccessful. I did not get a Flowzy set up at all. This is not a Flowzy recommendation. Sorry, Iman. It's quite the opposite. I would not recommend Flowzy whatsoever. When I went to go onto the page I accessed the account that I had set up, because I had set up an account to see what was in there and see what the plans were. I never agreed to anything earlier on, because I didn't want to pay the monthly payment unless I knew exactly what I was doing with my niche, with my target audience, with my offer. Wanted to get those things set down first. So now that I have those things, or at least I have a very good idea of where I'm going with those things, it's like, okay, let's go. Let's build the social media platforms. Let's build the website. Let's get the calendar going. Let's get the Stripe going. Like, let's build, baby. Build, baby, build. So I am. And long story short, like I log in and it says you need a payment update. So I go to the payment update and it says you're not there all the way there. Like seriously, I think there's like 3 main pages, and all it did is round and round and round. I tried their customer support. Oh my God, the customer support was pretty awful. It was pretty awful. One, they've got the AI robot, which, okay, smart. They're using AI. That's cool. The person that tried to help me did not know what the heck they were talking about. Like I tried to delete the accounts so I could totally reset everything, because that at the end of the day, like I had to problem solve this more than the HR chat person was doing. Like, did you delete the cookies? Did you delete your browsing history? Duh. I'm not that stupid. Like, duh, lady. So in any case, round and round the merry-go-round. So then I think there's another, so I did some research, and there was another website that's actually, it's like a much higher level one. It's actually more expensive than Flowzy. And it was mentioned in Agency Accelerator to not use Flowzy by the actual people, by the agency students. Like there's a lot of negative feedback in the agency community about using Flowzy. And there was this recommendation on this other one. This other one is like $100 a month though. And that's their basic package for $100 a month. And so luckily, when I was working on my contract in the last week, I met these 2 beautiful gentlemen who have been guiding me and helping me and bouncing ideas off of. And I mentioned about what was going on today, like, hey, are you using Flowzy? Because all the instructionals, the help support for Flowzy, like inside Agency Accelerator, it's all Flowzy. And he's like, yeah, no, I wouldn't recommend that. And then when I told him about this other one that I was looking at, he's like, I wouldn't recommend that either. And I'm like, woo, what? Hold up, wait a minute. You're not recommending this one either? And he made a really good point. He's like, okay, if that's $100 a month, and it might take you 6 months or a year to get your first client, for all you know, like you could be out 600 to like what, like to $1,000, 600 to $1,000 for not even having one lead to pay that. That's all coming out of your pocket. So I feel like a real entrepreneur today because you want to know why? I am bootstrapping the entire way. Forget Flowsy, forget these other premium products that are $100 a month, that are unachievable, that don't have anything smaller than that for those of you that are just getting started. Hello, opportunity. You never know. Maybe you know what? There's a good chance maybe I'll create my own informational product and streamline all this. For goodness sakes, this is ridiculous. Why can't there be like an agency accelerator and a Flowsy and a Google Calendar and everything for getting started in an agency all in one platform? How hard is that? Come on, it's the new digital age. There's got to be a way to do that because this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So instead of doing Flowsy, which 2 hours of wasted time going round and round, like I really tried to get onto the darn thing. I really tried. So no Flowsy. We're not going to do the high ticket platforms either. So it's bootstrapping the whole way. So I'm going to have to get my own website. I'm going to have to get my own Google Calendar. I got Stripe already figured out, and I'm on my own on this. I am on my own on this, which seems to be a repeating theme song. I am on my own. Thank goodness, though, for the guys that are in and on the community that reached out and helped me with the contracts. Although I will say, as another little critique, as another little watch it, when I put there's a subtitle that's like Ask the Experts. And so I asked the experts, like, hey, I'm trying to put this contract together. Is this a good idea? Is this fair? Is this a good offer to have? Like, for what I want to do for this niche and for my targets and for my clients, like, give me some feedback. And I kid you not, I think there was like a 17-year-old kid who I recently, in the last couple of days, figured out was brand new to the platform, had like an agency, but must be like in their teens, one of those teens, like, who like completely took what I said out of context, was not sophisticated at all, unknowledgeable, yet answering me in the Ask the Expert section. Like, the Ask the Experts should be experts, you would think. So thank goodness I didn't listen to them. Be careful where you're getting your information. Oh, that seems to be a repeating theme song on this channel. Be careful where you're getting your information. It's not always easy. And you got to pay attention where it's coming from, because if I had listened to this kid, like, heck, I'd be defeated and like, oh God, probably doing thumbnails for like what, like $500 a month, like, and that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, I get that thumbnails are a convenience, but $500 a month for like unlimited thumbnails, like I've seen an offer or two like that, and I'm just like, how are you profitable? how much are you sleeping? If someone can order unlimited thumbnails for $500 a month, like, how are you ever going to hit $10,000 a month? And how are you profitable? And how are you not losing your mind? Like, seriously, like, I want to be fair and I want to be honest and I want to be good, but I also want to get paid. Like, I also like, I'm looking to leave my 9 to 5 at some point, right? It's easier to get a company off the ground when you have a 9 to 5 rather than having nothing at all and just all you're going to do is be an entrepreneur and then you don't know if it works or not. Next thing you know, you're out in the street. Like, no, thank you. So the update today, quick, sweet, to the point. Don't use Flowsy. Don't do it. Save yourself the trouble. Do not use Flowsy. It is the most migraine-inducing thing that ever existed. I think what is the other? Don't use, and look, if you're just getting started, some of the advice that I got today is really good advice, so I'm passing it on until you get enough clients to make it worth your while to afford like $100 a month platform where everything is included, from the website to the calendar to the appointment setting and the contracts and the this and the that. Just bootstrap it. It's going to be a heck of a lot less expensive. You will have to go back and put more time in later to actually correlate all that stuff, to integrate it all together. But if you're just getting started, the whole point of doing an agency is that you're not out money, right? I mean, that's the difference between Shopify and a whole bunch of other things. The whole thing is that this is a low overhead. This is a low introduction rate into this agency, into this market. Why would you want to spend $600? So let's just say 6 months, no clients. You're $600 for like the website and the thing and all these tools that you're not even using because you don't even have any clients. So just throwing it out there. I'm hoping to save you a headache. So headache saver information for you guys today. Don't use Flozy. Do your research where you're getting your information. Connect with communities and just bootstrap it. It's the only way to go. So see you on the next video. I've got some more stuff coming here as we go through this week. And please like and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And I'll see you guys soon.